All right, we're live.
Sweet.
Oh, we are.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to FilmHub, where, we try to grow together.
Interesting.
I don't know how you perceive that comment, but sure.
I'm trying to get
powerful opening.
It's you got to be powerful with the emotions, man. That's what matters in this world.
Exactly.
Honesty. Okay, cool. I'm making sure that I have the pop-out chat. All right, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. So this is probably going to be our last time using Google Hangouts because we need to move away from this, right? Don't we?
We've
Backed
heard
by
your
popular
criticism.
Yeah. So there's only
and we
3 of us
agree.
this time. So it should
Yeah.
be pretty clean, at least for Google Hangouts. But next time we're going to try to do something a bit different, a bit more kind of smooth, I guess.
Like a real podcast,
Yeah, like a real podcast. Because we're 5 in, we should probably try to up the standard. So today, well, actually, do we still need to introduce ourselves, or like we're the only? We haven't missed a single one yet. We've been here for all of them.
I missed one.
Pretty good.
I missed one.
I missed
Oh,
one.
you did?
So
I missed the one that you guys got Taylor on.
I'm the only person who's been here for all of them. Then, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. No,
Cool.
I've caught all of them.
Okay,
No,
I was
both
gonna
of
say, I was pretty sure the 2 of us. All right, so today we're going to talk about what we're interested in coming up in 2019, and along the way we are going to be answering everyone's questions,
including who we think the new Batman's gonna be.
Are we just going to start with that? Let's just get that out of the
let's
way.
get
Out of the
out
way,
of the
because
way.
I don't want to talk about it after this. Just get. I'm gonna put my pick out there. Adam Driver. I think after Star Wars is done, he's gonna want another franchise. Seems like a perfect fit to me.
Adam Driver wanting another franchise after Star Wars. I don't know about that.
I don't know if he'd want another franchise after all the shit he has.
I think
to
he'd
get.
want that.
the want the money.
Man, he's getting job offers like all over the joint. It won't matter. He'll be
Every
fine.
big filmmaker.
Someone in the chat says Bailey for Batman. That's my pick right there. That's my pick.
Houston has to be Robin then.
No, I was talking about this. I'd love to direct a Batman movie one day starring like Jay from like Breaking Banter, like my co-host on Breaking Banter. That was like a goal. We're like, man, if I can get him to be Batman one day and I could direct a Batman movie. But Adam Driver's interesting because I don't see it, but you also know that would probably be the best Batman, somehow.
His performance. I don't see it in the look at all, but
Someone said John Hamm.
Yeah, but you don't. I don't visually see it. I don't visually see it at all. But I'm sure he'd make it work.
Exactly. It would be different. I want a different look for Batman. I don't just want regular, normal, average man guy. Like Adam Driver has a look to him, and I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. See, I was like, I'm one of those people who's squarely in the camp of like, so obviously the Batfleck Batman's like kind of iffy in some regards, right? Yeah. But visually, that dude's Batman. Like he runs circles around pretty much everyone else in terms of visually looking
the part.
What I see Batman as. And so that's why like my immediate thing was like, oh, if we're replacing him, let's get John Hamm. But then obviously John Hamm's old as shit, so that's not going to work.
They want some young blood, man. I'm going to go with Armie Hammer or an unknown, but Armie Hammer may be too
Armie
old.
Hammer wasn't they supposed to be him in the
yeah, he was supposed to be him in the
George Miller one, right?
the original Justice League. My pick probably right now might be Jack O'Connell from Unbroken. I've seen his name thrown around a lot, and I have a feeling he'd be. There's something about him, like he's not unknown, but he's not known, and I feel like that's the kind of position you semi want to be in going into this,
like a Tom Holland type.
Yeah, just someone who grows into the role and doesn't have to be star up front, because we have enough popular actor. Like we don't want to just give this role to another popular actor. We want to create a popular actor through this.
Exactly.
That's why you have a Spider-Man or
But I think it's also important that they find and this is not a dig on any of the other superheroes right now, but I think it's important that they find someone who is an actor first and almost a star second. So in a way, like Chris Pratt, I wouldn't really say is like
he's a star first actor.
He's a star first, you know what I mean? So him as Star-Lord, it's very much about bringing the Chris Pratt to it. Whereas I feel like, someone like Christian Bale, when they got Christian Bale on, was like, that's like the actor first. And that's why he's a completely different level.
He's an actor.
He's an actor, yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that. But obviously, there's people that are going to approach it differently. And I think that's something to go with from the start. I've seen a lot of people throw up the John Bernthal And I think that's a horrible idea.
No.
Yeah,
If we're gonna get a Netflix, you know, someone who's already playing a superhero, Charlie Cox needs a job, and he doesn't look the part, but you know, there's a lot of similarities between Daredevil and Batman. But I want to see someone who actually seems like a rich boy, and then
Oscar Isaac, straight up, I can pull off the Bruce Wayne. I think I don't know about the Batman.
If Charlie Cox does play it, because Ben Affleck level the Batman, he would go from
Daredevil. It'd be a switcheroo.
Yeah,
Ben played Daredevil. Yeah. No, I want someone to give us like the waspy, you know, a little bit crazy Batman that we haven't really gotten in a while.
Of course you do. Of course, that's what you're
after. Like classic Batman, man. I want someone who doesn't use contractions when they talk. I want someone who can pull off stilted comedy and like stilted emotions and all that shit, but make it real.
I've said before, my favorite Batman movie is still Batman Begins. And I think what I love so much about Christian Bale's performance in that, as opposed to his other Dark Knight films, is that he plays him more like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho than he does the other Batman. And that I want someone who's like understands he's a bit crazy, and that when he taps into Batman, he's kind of going crazy, but he doesn't go too far. And that's kind of the key essence, I think, to Batman, is that he is more like the villains than he is like Jim Gordon or the other Gotham citizens.
I want a Batman that's a fucking weirdo, like you said, crazy, but someone who's just like when he's not the playboy Bruce Wayne, when he's just talking to Alfred, whoever else is in the movie, whatever side characters, when he's just the real Bruce Wayne. I want someone who's just weird, and then you can have like situational comedy come from that of and just Batman being this weirdo.
Comedy doesn't have to mean like not serious. A movie can still be hilarious. That would be still rooted in drama.
Just levity from the fact that he's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
because you inherently have to be crazy if you dress up in a bat costume and go out and fight crime at night. Mm-hmm. So let's lean into that.
Well, the new Batman movie isn't coming out until 2021. Let's talk about some movies that are coming out in 2019, which were...
Sundance is on right now. Yeah. And there's a lot of exciting stuff. I kind of feel bad that like I dropped my most anticipated films of 2019 list.
Before Sundance,
a week ago, and then Sundance happens and you're like, there's all this stuff. I don't know if any of it would have made it inside the 10, but there's like a lot of really exciting stuff.
I feel like the story from I haven't been following it religiously, but I think the story from Sundance is Jennifer Kent's new movie, which I've heard is like
I've heard
that
premiered movie
at Venice.
Yeah,
that premiered at Venice last year, The Nightingale.
I know.
Cannot wait to see that actually.
I've heard there's like massive walkouts or people fainting halfway through the movie, and I've read the description. Like, okay, this is rough stuff, but that's almost
which I'm down for. Down for. It's like a more hardcore Revenant, I guess. I don't know.
Revenant,
but that was made
fucking hardcore.
Which is kind of cool. Revenant's fucking hardcore.
Revenant's pretty fucking hardcore. I mean, is Under the Silver Lake count as a 2019 movie? Because I've seen
You've already seen it.
but like, I'm excited for people to react to it. I have no idea how people... I think it's going to be very, very polarizing. I think people are either going to hate it.
I'm still waiting because I've got the original cut. I've got it downloaded, but I am... which I probably shouldn't have done, but I wanted to make sure I had a copy of that in case it ever disappeared. And then obviously it re-premieres in April with its new cut, because they've gone back and after its Cannes premiere, they re-edited the whole thing to change it up.
They happened with Outlaw King, so that's
Outlaw King as well.
And it's so weird that I saw cut that no one else besides the people who went to TIFF are ever going to see. And it's weird that I've seen both versions. And it feels completely different in ways, but it's the Netflix version is a much tighter film.
I figured,
Was the torrent of Silver Lake, because that's where I got the download. I'm not afraid to fucking say it. Was that the one they're gonna release, or was that the first?
No, that's the original version.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So the new version of Silver Lake that comes out in April is the re-edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait personally to see how critics respond to the new cut. Mm-hmm. And then from there work out which version of it I'm more interested in seeing, or find out which kind of version the director is more happy with at the end of the day.
Yeah, nice.
That's the weird thing about festivals. They premiere so many movies that aren't done. Like, you were never really here premiered at Cannes in 2017, and that wasn't even done at the time.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
And then I have a feeling the response was so good, they kind of just went, okay, well, this is it. because I've seen a couple of movies, like the latest film from the guy that did Blue is the Warmest Color. I saw that at its world premiere, and that was like 3 hours long, was clearly like, it was bleeding. It was that raw. Like they'd only just finished it the day before. And that hell suffered from not being edited down. So it's interesting to see like movies like that premiere not being complete. I find that crazy that you wouldn't just pull out.
It's like bizarre test screening, so to speak. It's like very public test screening.
Dude, yeah, it's a test screening where critics get to decide. Like,
you don't want your critics to see like that. You want,
because then you're gonna be like, oh, I should go change this. I should go change it, and that's probably like almost a good thing in a way. It gives you that room, but like the last thing you'd want is people to absolutely decimate the movie before you don't want to
create a negative narrative around the film based off of poor test screenings.
Well, isn't that kind of what happened with Silver Lake? Like the Rotten Tomatoes score is pretty low. Not that we fucking care, but I mean, like critics didn't really like it that much, and now they're gonna re-release it, and maybe they'll love it. But it's weird because I've already watched it twice, so I have that movie in my head, so I have no fucking idea.
I had no idea.
What else is coming out? What else is coming out?
Dude, Avengers Endgame, it's coming out.
Kind of little movie. I don't know if people heard about it. It might make a few money, a few dollars. I don't know.
A few money. Yeah, that'd be nice.
A few money. A few much money.
But like, so obviously there's Avengers, which,
we've all talked about it. We know, we've done our channels, we've discussed it. I think everyone knows what the situation around Endgame is. I think,
except for me, who hasn't watched a trailer and will not watch a trailer and will go.
The trailer gives away nothing. It gives away nothing.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I can still go without it.
Wait, so Captain Marvel comes out March, and then Avengers in April. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's like back to back. That's real. That's a lot of Marvel.
Distance between Marvel films ever.
And then Spider-Man comes out when? July. That's nuts,
right,
man.
Spider-Man's great. Comes out the week before Lion King. Now, if Lion King's good, Spider-Man's getting decimated because Lion King's gonna come with like a sledgehammer and just kneecap that film. So I'm kind of worried about that film financially in a weird way because maybe they can thrive together, but Lion King's gonna be what?
I didn't realize they were that close together.
They're right next to each other.
All the Marvel movies are Lion King and Spider-Man.
Lion King's right after Spider-Man, and Lion King's gonna be huge.
Disney's making a lot of fucking money this summer. That's for sure.
And of course, the big wild card, I think. And episode 9 for Star Wars, that's going to be exciting to watch.
The Star Wars community is so crazy that I just completely forgot they're making another one. I just like blocked anything Star Wars from my brain right now.
I'm exhausted as soon as I think about it. Hey, like I'm just trying to keep all my excitement internal. Like obviously it's a movie this year. Like for anyone that saw my list on Breaking Banter, it's the movie I'm most excited for this year. But like, I'm just trying to keep that internal because as soon as you bring it up, it's like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to be excited for something. Like,
I'm almost excited for it to be over, just so we can say it happened, it's over, we can move on, right? Just to so we can judge the whole package as a trilogy, see how things did they plan it properly. So we're not doing the guessing game anymore, where you can judge it as a complete package. I'm excited in that regard because I have no idea how it's going to go down. Whereas Endgame, we're pretty sure on the reception's going to be. Most people are probably going to like it. Like they're confident. They have a good track record. We're good.
What if Endgame turns out to be the worst Marvel movie? It won't, of course. It fucking won't. But I mean,
what if it was how? I think like a worst case scenario is like an Age of Ultron type movie. But even then, I feel like Age of Ultron had no story, whereas Endgame has to have a story by default.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah,
I highly doubt. Yeah.
That
it would be a weird situation if it wasn't. Like, can you imagine if it came out and it was just like it was like Justice League or something? Everyone's like, hold on.
It turns out that Zach came to finish Endgame.
Yeah, it didn't
moved over.
That'd be a first. But yeah, Star Wars. I'm tired. And it's not to say I'm looking forward to any movie they do. I'm looking forward to Rian Johnson's trilogy. I'm just kind of sick of. I'm sick of the attachment to what's been before, because that way, as soon as we're not attached to that, pretty much all the fan hate loses water.
In a way, I'm almost more excited for the Mandalorian TV show. I want to see how Star Wars transitions into a television format. If they can do, live action and make that on the same scale of the movies, but in an hour-sized, bit every week.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know if I'll watch it straight away. I don't really care.
I'm gonna watch it right away. I'm gonna be that much. Day one.
As I said, I care until there's reviews. If there's reviews and they're amazing, I'll watch it. But right, this year, actually, that's a good segue. The number one thing I'm looking forward to this year out of movies, TV, anything, games, whatever, is the Watchmen TV show by Damon Lindelof, which obviously is someone who hasn't seen the Watchmen movie, who hasn't read the comics. I don't care about any of that. It's just the new Damon Lindelof.
What?
It's just the...
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen. I've got...
Read the comic.
I'm never gonna read the comics. It's not gonna happen.
What? Just read it.
No, because then I've got context, and then I judge it against that. I just want a new Damon Lindelof show. So that for me is like peak excitement right now. I don't care.
Bailey, are you saying that comic books are for children? Is that
no? I just don't even read.
Okay, Bailey, just listen to me for like 20 seconds. Like the Watchmen comic, literally, by almost every standard, is the best comic of all time. Just you will learn so much more about storytelling. It is the book that optimizes the power of comic storytelling. Nothing comes close. Nothing comes close to the way the panels are structured, the way each chapter unfolds. There's the brilliant mirror chapter where every panel is mirrored on the other side of the other chapter, of how it uses a book within a book within a book, like how it has multiple conflicting texts inside of it. The use of color, it's brilliant. Just read it.
Anyone want to send me a copy? Send me a copy and we'll see what we can come up with.
Go to any bookstore, you'll find it. Bookstore. You'll be $20.
That's all.
I'm not gonna read it though. You should see the stack of books I've got like next to my desk. Like people keep giving me books, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'll read those. And then just any chance, I'm like, oh, yep, Twitter. Oh, yep, YouTube videos. Like
YouTube videos, dude.
I don't think I've read a book since high school. Hey, it's embarrassing.
I want your opinions, both of you, on Joker. Is it going to be trash or is it going to be good?
I think it's going to be.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay with a great performance.
You think it's going to be okay? Okay.
I think
okay with a great performance. Did you guys see War Dogs?
Yeah, I liked War Dogs. I didn't think it was awful. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah, so that's I think it's going to be good enough.
I'm one of those few people that likes Hangover Part 2.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Hangover movies. They're fine. Yeah. But I was so curious about the Todd Phillips, how he got that job directing Joker. It just doesn't seem like the type of director you go for, but hopefully.
But sometimes those are the fun ones where you get someone who does.
You get someone surprising.
Yeah, well, that's. I feel like it's going to be almost one of those James Gunn kind of decisions where it's like, why this guy? And then we're going to get something where we're like, hey, that was actually pretty good. I think as a filmmaker,
he needs to step up his game.
He is quickly though. He is quickly like with War Dogs. It really was like I was like, wow, this guy's actually there's a lot in there. That this guy has like a lot of potential if he wants to push it. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do with that opportunity. But I think it really is going to be almost a showcase type film. I think the issue with it is going to be the fact that you were giving the Joker an origin story, and as I've spoken about at length, just anywhere on the internet, I hate that concept on its own.
I'm with you.
The Joker coming from somewhere, I don't like. I've never liked it. I'm one of those people. Here's a comic I did read. Was The Killing Joke, and I was like, okay, I get it. I get the concept. I like the concept. It's an interesting idea. The Joker having an origin story doesn't work.
I mean, he does say in the book that it's multiple choice, but they kind of imply that the one that he's remembering is kind of what happened. But
and that's the brilliant thing about comics is that the Killing Joke is it both affects the storyline and doesn't. It could be read as a one-off. It could be read in continuity. But that one's like it's a possible version of his origin story, but doesn't have to be the definitive version of his origin story. I hope the movie does that. I hope the movie acknowledges that you can do an origin story without giving away every detail, without completely committing to facts, if that makes any sense.
Is it confirmed to be rated R? I mean, we can assume.
Is it? Okay, that's cool.
All right, good. Did you see that? One more thing about this Joker movie. Did you see everyone was freaking out? I got sent this like 100 times on Twitter that, oh my God, I forget her name right now. Domino from Deadpool said that they were rewriting the script every day, and people were so fucking worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
I wouldn't stress about that too much. Look, the behind the scenes stuff there is news media sites are latching onto that as a way of giving stressing out people who don't understand how the business works from the inside. Like, we're not there on set, so we don't know necessarily, like, reshoots happen for every movie, rewrites happen for every movie.
Marvel,
I was reading about a movie that turned out fantastic the other day. I can't remember what it was, but on the set, they were literally like rewriting the film as well, and it turned out to be a fantastic movie. So I think these things are just designed to scare. Like, we hear reshoots and instantly in our head we go, oh, they're fixing stuff they fucked up. Where also, it can literally be, we missed doing this, we can do this better. It's not necessarily we made a mistake, let's fix it. It's just we have the resources, why not try to improve it? Why not, now that we've got the film laid out, go back and go, oh, this can be better here, we can do this differently, we can tie these things together. Like, that's what reshoots and stuff are. I wouldn't stress about that.
One, every Marvel movie you've ever seen has been not massively reshot, but like they plan months in advance.
Everyone.
Like 3 weeks or so of reshoots, they plan it. Even if they don't use them, they plan it. Even if they don't need them, they shoot them. Every major blockbuster has significant footage reshot, whether they need it or not.
If you've ever made a short film, you know that reshoots are a necessity. If you've ever shot anything, you know that you're going to reshoot. Like,
but even little things. I remember reading up for The Conjuring 2. They never even designed the nun
until reshoots. Yeah,
reshoots. And it was not because they didn't write that like afterwards. They didn't know what would fit with the movie. It wasn't until they shot most of the rest of the film where they realized, oh, this look, this aesthetic, this style could fit with the rest of the picture. And it's sometimes you just have to, and we've experienced that with our videos. I'm sure that we get started even editing our videos before we realize exactly figured out what the end product's going to be.
I just did that with my Spider-Man video. I did the voiceover, and then I was like a minute into editing, and I was like, this voiceover is fucking garbage. So I threw it away and then redid the whole thing.
I do it all the time. I literally redo pretty much almost every video I do for whatever reason. Half the time it's just because like something messed up and like it was out of focus or whatever. But 90% of reviews I have to do twice or start again halfway through or so it's normal. I think a lot of the behind the scenes stuff is it's used to scare up controversy. So I think we should be aware of that when we see that type of thing.
That doesn't mean that there aren't productions that do fall under like catastrophic reshoots. That happens.
Justice League.
Well, not just that, but of
Dude,
course.
I was gonna do that cough thing. You beat me by like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Man.
Rogue One was a famous example, though. They came out the other side relatively unscathed. There are films that have little reshoots and they end up terrible. There are films with massive reshoots and they end up great. So it's like it's best not to get caught up in a fuss over a narrative on what's going to be great, what's going to be bad. I just think that again, it's fear mongering. It's using like political news tactics and applying to the movie scene.
Exactly.
It's bullshit.
What about Velvet Buzzsaw? That comes out tonight for me at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, but that's a 2019 release.
Yeah, I might try to review it. I forgot that came out.
Sorry, I don't even know what movies this is. What is
the new one from? Is it Dan Gilroy? The guy that did Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's apparently
so like it's had kind of
mixed reviews.
Not mixed, but like positive leaning. Like it's been So there's that which I might try to review. Netflix, man, it's so much harder for me to get like to watch a Netflix movie on time, even though it's literally like they're ready to go.
Oh, it's on Netflix, in 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, in a couple of hours. So I'm gonna try to watch it and review it because I don't know, people seem to watch reviews of Netflix movies more, so I should try to capitalize on that.
That makes sense.
But I'll check it out. I'm not super excited for it. I missed his last movie.
Well, with Netflix shit now, it's either you get like a direct-to-DVD style movie like Cloverfield, or you get Roma.
Yeah.
So you never know which one you're gonna get. I'm hoping this is somewhere in the middle, but
I have to say this January has to be the worst January for films.
Maybe. I know I haven't gone.
I've seen one movie, and it's not even like one new release movie, and that's How to Train Your Dragon, which isn't even out in the US until February or this month now.
What was that? Should I get my hype up for How to Train Your Dragon 3?
Oh man, it's amazing. It's genuinely amazing.
Is it better than the second one? Because I didn't like the second one as much as the first.
There's some stuff in it which probably isn't like amazing, I guess, but it's more about like once it gets towards the ending, like it's really, I guess there's some iffy stuff along the way. The humor seems to cater a little bit more to fans of the TV show, I guess. So but like it's once it actually builds to its ending, you're like, oh, this is real. This is like the real deal. So I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, I didn't see Glass. Did you guys see Glass?
I don't want to talk about it. I did see it. I don't want to talk about it.
I skipped it. I mean, you know Billy more than I was really excited for it, but then the reviews.
Yeah, because you're a big fan of Split.
I love Split, but then the reviews came in. It's like I want to wait on it. I don't want to see it immediately.
Yeah,
Split is one of my favorite films. Period. I don't know. It just clicks with me so well. And so Glass was very much like a Shyamalan grabbed me and then stabbed me right in the chest. And then
see, for me, I watched Unbreakable a couple of days because I had a screening for Glass. And I watched Unbreakable like to prepare for it, and I was like, holy shit, Unbreakable's incredible.
Awesome.
Like it's unreal. That's a director who's actually directing, he's not just putting the camera down and doing shot reverse. This man's really directing this shit. And obviously I was never a big fan of Split. So what I decided was once reviews came out for Glass, I was like, okay, Split is Split. Unbreakable is Unbreakable. And I can ignore that Glass even exists.
Yeah.
So I just take them all as separate movies. I might watch Glass at some point, but I'll never have to make that connection. Like for me, Unbreakable is Unbreakable. Split, I don't care about the connection between it. As I've discussed at length before, it means nothing to me. It's just Split is Split. It's fine. Yeah. And then if I choose to ever want to link those things up, I'll watch Glass. But for now,
Well, if you ever do decide, man, Glass is not really an Unbreakable sequel. It's very much more a Split sequel with cameos.
Which is what I figured, yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, there you go. I don't want to say anything else.
A Split sequel on principle sounds kind of cool, but...
Right. Again, that's what I thought, too. But
yeah, that's right. Everyone. There's so many critics I know and who we follow each other, like just what they've experienced. I'm honestly, the movie I want to see the most in theaters right now is that fucking... Matthew McConaughey. Serenity. I want to see that so bad. I want to take a friend who doesn't know anything about it, and I want to just because I've already read the spoilers, but I want to see it through.
Oh, so did I. Yeah.
I
me
want to
too.
see that.
Me too.
But yeah, honestly, back to the How to Train Your Dragon. The number one concern for me is how is the IMAX 3D stuff? Like, is the flying good?
I watched it in like a tiny private cinema, so I can't account for that. But the flying stuff is incredible. The soundtrack is incredible. John Powell continues to be the most underrated blockbuster composer out right now.
Solo's pretty good.
Yeah, it's John Powell. So look, it really works. It really has a very look, for me, I ended up getting the same emotional connection from the ending that I got from Toy Story 3. It has a very, it's got a lot of heft towards the end. The thing is the way I describe it is like, it's not a kid's movie, but it features kids' dialogue and humor. Like everything about the movie and the story it's telling, the characters, the way it's shot is like an adult film. An adult adventure film, but then you've got this kind of dialogue between the characters where it's kind of childish humor. So there's an interesting trade-off with that, and I don't know how everyone will handle that. I was kind of like, it's like a little bit cringe with that, but the actual quality of what's going on story-wise, character-wise, and thematically is also strong.
It's more like the tonal choices or the connective tissue or all that stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it doesn't really have that Pixar almost layered wit of like stuff for kids, stuff for adults, but it's the same stuff. You know what I mean? Like it kind of felt a bit more separate in this, like it's running along two different tracks. But yeah, that was great. Actually, speaking of Toy Story 4, how are we feeling about that?
I just saw that comment.
Not interested one bit, but
I don't know. I'll see it, I'm sure, but I'm not anticipating it. I'm not dreading it.
I have a rant prepared for that movie, and it's not like whatever they make a sequel. It's the fact that every piece of marketing, it's like, we have such an emotional ending. This thing, you're going to be in tears. You're going to be blubbering. You're going to be crying on the way home. You're going to be crying 3 weeks later. It's like, shut up about that. Sell it as a kid's movie. Because the reason why Pixar movies hit us is because it gets with us with the kids stuff first. We lower our guard. Then the sucker punch comes.
Yeah, of course.
Don't tell me that the sucker punch is coming. I'll prepare myself for it. I don't want to know that there's an emotional stuff. Make it a fun, flashy kids film, and then, oh my god, I'm crying. Like that's what works. I'm just
I totally agree with you on that. And it's also the thing of like, for me, it's like Toy Story 3 is my finale. Unless because I'm going to say this no matter what, right? I'm going to say Toy Story 4 no matter what.
It's like for a job, honestly. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but if I choose, I'll watch it, and then after I finish, I'll decide whether I want that to be my new ending. I don't know if you guys, but like I actually can just do that. Like if there's a film, if I'm watching a series of films and I want to just segregate one of them and be like, I want to pretend that does, I can easily do that, and I just will not think about it in the continuity.
I completely agree, and that's why it's like we rarely get mad about bad franchise movies, because I think all of us can compartmentalize this stuff and go, that's no longer canon for us.
Exactly. And so going off that into like what DC's doing now with their new film slate, like the fact they're changing out all the actors and, Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad by James Gunn.
Can we talk about how fucking funny it is that James Gunn is
it's amazing.
The Suicide Squad. Like he just came in and was like, yeah, it's a like a relaunch, and we're just gonna add the to the title because I'm James.
It's more the fact that DC picked him up because
Disney dropped him. Yeah.
Yeah. Or not Marvel obviously wanted to keep him, but Disney dropped him, and Warner Brothers and DC were like, well, thank you, and just nabbed him like that. But that's why I'm not so stressed about whatever they do in terms of rebooting. Like they could keep, let's just say Henry Cavill stayed. I don't think he is. We don't know, but let's just. We've got Gal Gadot and
Jason
Momoa obviously on. But they could just trade out the rest of the cast, and I wouldn't be bothered. I don't really care about that. It's just find the new one and let's just keep it going. I've heard people saying like, let's scrap it all, let's reboot and let's get a new Wonder Woman. And I'm like, man, I don't want to see them lose Gal Gadot no matter what. I don't want to.
Doesn't matter. It never matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, yes, in a Marvel movie it does, because that's the universe they've set up.
Yeah.
But if these guys are still finding their feet, I'm cool with them doing
Marvel,
whatever it takes to
they ditched Incredible Hulk. And they incorporate it in fun ways, but it's ditched. They've done that before. I want to get more into other like anticipated movies. One I saw in the chat was High Life, which was huge at TIFF. I remember that was a big deal. But other movies like, of course, the Irishman, Once Upon a Time.
Is that coming out this year?
It is coming out this year.
Yeah, that's this year.
I thought that was supposed to come out.
Budget for it is like $250 million or something like that. It's insane, the budget.
I'm curious to see how well the de-aging works because old fucking.
Well, Michael Douglas and Ant-Man looks good.
Like the budget apparently. That's what was the budget spike, was the employing like a ridiculous amount of VFX stuff. Like I don't know if you guys have seen.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes stuff for it, like a couple of the set photos. There's like so much of it is green. Which I like green screen and blue screen, which I was kind of surprised by. So apparently there's like a really extensive visual effects work to it, and they're really committing to like, they're not just going to half-ass it and go like, oh, that looks real enough. They're really going to make everything look.
Green screen isn't inherently bad. Remember, David Fincher uses it all the time. Like green screen can work, although it's.
Oh no, of course. And that's where the budget's been upped, because apparently they went from like a tiny VFX to a huge one now. So, so I'm interested to see how that pans out, considering the Wolf of Wall Street was amazing and Silence was incredibly personal. So he's been on a really good kind of streak lately.
Scorsese's had a better 2010s than he's had 2000s, honestly. I've loved
he has actually,
from this decade. He's been phenomenal and different.
I was not a fan of Silence. I respected it, but
neither was I. But
yeah, I respected it.
I wasn't a fan of Silence either.
I love Silence so much. I think it's my favorite of his of the decade. But I love Wolf of Wall Street just as much.
I'm a Shutter Island fan, so I can't say anything.
Fair enough.
No,
I think
I'm a fan of pretty much every Scorsese movie, so
there's a few whiffs I think in his filmography, but most like when he's on point, holy crap!
Someone in the chat said, "Is New Mutants coming out?"
I don't even think. I mean, okay, so I know the reason why they're releasing Dark Phoenix is just because they had contracts in place before the Disney acquisition, and they have to fulfill those contracts. They told these visual effects artists that they were going to pay them and do work, and so they have to.
I got a friend who's working on it.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, they're still working on it. Yeah, he's working on Dark Phoenix, and he's like, it's going to get done. They're not going to bail on it. They're going to finish it off.
It's too far in production. They shot it. They half it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably going to be shit from what we've all heard.
I'm hoping that it's not shit and it surprises everyone. That's like.
What if they they're not too far out that they can't do massive reshoots
and just reshoot the whole thing and make it good,
or half of it. Again, Rogue One is a film that exists. That you go read the history of Rogue One. I never even knew, even like a year ago, just how extensive those reshoots were. They basically redid the whole film for Rogue One. And it doesn't feel like that. But it's still possible with Dark Phoenix.
Yes, it does. There's two different director styles. One of them is all handheld, and the other is all jibs and crane shots. It's two completely different movies.
I forgot about Rogue One the second I walked out of the theater.
I guess that's the difference between a Star Wars. I think for a non-Star Wars fan, Rogue One's like just like, okay, that was neat, but for a Star Wars fan, it's like,
is it cool? Yeah. I don't have that perspective as like a diehard Star Wars fan. So I saw it and then walked out, and then I swear to God, the next day, like I couldn't tell you what happened. Besides that Darth Vader thing, I couldn't tell you a damn thing about it.
Yeah,
but
and I guess that's
dude, that was me, and I'm like a hardcore Star Wars fan, and I'm like, Rogue One. Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I think Lucasfilm is the only like the Star Wars films. I always come out of them going, yes, that was amazing. And then afterwards I go, oh, there were some problems. That's happened for almost every single one of them.
Well, that's me with Marvel movies.
Oh, really?
I go like, yes, and then after I can't remember anything if I don't review it like 3 hours after.
That's funny.
Have to be
how about instead of movies we're looking forward to, would you want to do like movies we're not looking forward to, or stuff we're worried about?
No, I just skip them now. I just skip them. I used to review them, but like after there was that thing that came out with the interview with John Krasinski, and I tweeted it out. The thing with John Krasinski talking about Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, that PTA quote.
And like, with there being like, there's no bad films. There's just stuff you don't like. And yes, to a degree, I think there's movies are not well made, but at the end of the day, like it makes it hard as someone who's built this thing on movie reviewing, where it's like I just don't want to talk about stuff I don't like anymore. Like I just no interest in reviewing. For me, it's like, I can talk about, I don't think the editing in this is cohesive, and I think it misses a lot of ideas. But I just there's just a point, and again, I'm talking about it in a video, BVS. Mm-hmm. By the way,
I disagree on that.
But like, I can't sit there and just I can't keep trash talking other people's work anymore. Like, I've really struggled with it. So like, I don't know. This year, I'm just going to be skipping pretty much anything I don't like that isn't consensus bad. So something like the Emoji Movie, like everyone, everyone goes, and I don't really have a problem with going into that, but I don't want to keep putting stuff on blast. That's just my take anyway. There's stuff I'm not interested in, but
I disagree that you can't do critical reviews. I mean, just look at our channels. Alex, you're just doing the 2 videos on Titans, and those are very critical.
But I can see both perspectives of not wanting to cover things
Alex
negatively.
Cares about Titans, though. Alex cares about Titans. I can't talk about a film I don't care about. Filmmaking? And then, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
No, I get that.
What was that?
It's hard to be. It's hard to be negative about something that you didn't really profoundly affect you in any way. It's hard to just go and be like, oh, the editing's bad. I'm just like, I don't fucking know what, like Stepfathers, whatever that fucking Owen Wilson movie was that came out this year. I saw that, but I'd never talk about it because it's pointless to talk about. Like, it's just being mean at a certain point.
And I think for all of us, it's like, don't make a video unless you have some form of argument or point to make. Don't just go, this bad, this good. Like, it's not about this bad, this good. It's about how this bad informs this good, or this bad makes this bad. Like, you have to put in the legwork there.
And a review's not supposed to have that. But the more I've spent in the realm of watching video essays and analysis stuff, I want my reviews to have that. Like, I don't want to just talk about, oh, I liked this, I didn't, I think this doesn't work. I just want to I want to have that new perspective to it where I'm actually saying something. Otherwise, I'm just dunking on a movie, or I'm just like blazing a movie without really doing anything. So I think going forward this year, I mean, the focus is on my new channel. I'm just trying to make sure I post at least like a video a week on Breaking Banter. But that's why, like, at the moment, I've just been watching movies from 2018 that I missed and trying to catch up on stuff I want to recommend to people. So like tomorrow, I'm going to drop like a First Reformed video because I want people to.
Oh, I still haven't watched it yet. Don't say anything.
It's on like Crave.
No, I won't. But like that right now, I recommend stuff to people who haven't heard of stuff or haven't seen. And not bloody push the blockbuster angle, because I kind of forgot that Breaking Banter was. I grew like a base because I talked about the indie stuff that no one talked about. So Just going to try to bring that back a bit. There's not really any movies this year that I'm not looking. Aside from like Dark Phoenix is the only one that comes to mind. Oh, and isn't there another?
Aladdin. I'm not like. There's a lot of movies.
Aladdin. I'm interested in. I'm interested in a Guy Ritchie Aladdin movie.
Honestly,
that's insane.
Back to movies I'm looking forward to. I'm unironically like Detective Pikachu is probably in my top 5 most excited.
I'm excited for that. I think it's
gonna be huge. I'm honestly unironic. Like I think it's gonna be one of the biggest films of the year. It's gonna print money. That's one of my box office
I'm keen for that actually. Yeah.
Should we answer some questions? The chat's like popping. I see it in my fourth roll.
Yeah,
right
totally.
I want to see Sam Raimi direct movies again. Me too. That is something. That's what I want from 2019. Sam Raimi to come back and start making.
Remember when he came back? Like Dragging Me to Hell is such a phenomenal return to horror.
I love it. And people.
I haven't seen it. Hey, that kills me. I haven't seen it yet.
You should, man. It's good.
It was one of the first movies that ever made visual effects scary. Like I think on principle, a CGI effect just isn't scary. But he was like the first one that could really make digital effects actually unsettling in a way.
Well, he's so good at blending CG into real action beats, or Drag Me to Hell's case, horror beats. But then he did Oz, which
is bad.
I think it's good until he goes to the fucking Oz.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
The black and white's good when it's a Sam Raimi movie, and then it becomes this weird like Spy Kids 3D Disney. It's just I don't know why Raimi just doesn't seem like the choice to get to do that kind of film.
Was it like it's like when a lot of filmmakers, they have so much love for material, when they end up doing it, they like smother it with their own love kind of thing.
Yeah.
It felt like that kind of scenario. But yeah, I hope he comes back, but it's almost like he's getting older, so he may take more time, or maybe he's doing something else. Like Peter Jackson, he took like 4 years off, and then he made like a World War I documentary. I think that comes out this weekend.
Yeah, I think that definitely comes out this weekend.
I can't wait to see that. I can't wait.
I don't know. I'm not like too excited for anything that's coming out this year, honestly. Besides, like, of course, everyone's excited for Avengers. But
honestly, we never talked about.
Next year is way more exciting.
I think there's honestly a lot most exciting for me is television, like Game of Thrones concluding. Good or bad, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's new Big Little Lies. There's the Watchmen show. There's like
Mindhunter season 2.
Is obviously just out.
Barry season 2, which
Mindhunter, yes, new Mindhunter, yes.
You guys need to peep. You guys need to peep Kidding if you haven't already. Kidding season 2. That's on the anticipated list.
I haven't seen Kidding.
I got too many shows right now, man. I'm still trying to get through Maniac. I'm trying to make sure I watch at least one episode a day.
I finally got into The Good Place. It's a really fun show.
You just wait. It's phenomenal, man.
I recommend Killing Eve. I watched that with my family, and that's a really solid show. It's about a cat and mouse game of a rookie detective and an assassin, and it's kind of like a love story in disguise.
I've heard a lot of great stuff about it. Plus, Sandra Oh's been winning awards for her performance, like left, right, and center. So, there's that. What's some other questions?
What do you guys hope Nolan's next film is? Was a question from Oliver.
I hoped that it was a horror film, but we know it's not going to be now because we know it's some big budget epic. So I highly doubt it's going to be a horror.
What? Oh my God!
I think he's going to do a period piece, man. I reckon he's going to go full like Barry Lyndon.
Wasn't Dunkirk kind of a period? Like, wasn't that his period piece though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that God, Mauricio's turned up in the chat and it's already gone out of control. You abandoned us. No, I don't know what it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be like another period type piece. But just as well, it looks like every director coming up seems to be doing a crime. Every director at the moment seems to be working on a crime thriller. So I would not be surprised if he's doing some big budget. Look, I don't know. It's too vague. The guy, just let him do it. He'll come up with something and it'll be amazing.
Let him do whatever he wants.
He hasn't done a non-action film since like The Prestige. I would like to see him get away from action for just a little bit.
Exactly. That's what I'd rather see him do. Something completely different again.
There's a lot of
just because his.
Sorry, what were you saying? I thought I interrupted you.
No. I stopped because you were about to go.
Okay, I forgot what this. But like, there's a lot of interesting filmmakers doing stuff. But again, we haven't got to the festival circuit, so until the festivals really kick into full gear, it's like it's really just the big budget stuff and the franchise.
You
stuff.
don't know about the stuff till it like pops up. Like I've tried to look through and hunt through and see what all the stuff is, but it's basically just stuff from the upcoming directors. It's the stuff from the new directors we don't know about to start off with. Yeah. Like obviously we've got Uncut Gems from the Safdie brothers. We've got there's a new film.
Is that the directors who did Good Time?
Oh, Good Time.
Yeah, Good Time, phenomenal movie.
I love it.
Yeah. But there's heaps of stuff like that on the horizon. There's the first movie from Hiro Murai, who did who directed This Is America, a bunch of other music videos in Atlanta. He's got his first movie. There's a new movie from Sam Mendes. There's like stuff in between, but we really only know about the blockbusters.
Sam Mendes' Redemption, as it would be, at least just for me. I know most people.
Yeah,
man.
I hate that video, but it like that is pure rage.
That's how I found your channel with that Spectre video.
I think that's where I first
time I've ever subscribed to someone with like while disagreeing with them.
Yeah,
I think that's the first time I've watched a video and gone, "Hey, I like Spectre, but I like this guy's videos. Subscribe." So you can help.
I think I was like at 35 subs after that. Like that was like, but then it was afterwards I got to like 1,000 through the Spider-Man 2 video.
Spider-Man 2.
By the way, is blocked in US and Canada.
How bullshit is that?
By Sony? By Sony?
Yeah. No, it's remember the Ain't That Funky Soul song in Spider-Man 3?
You use it. Oh, you got you got the music.
That company. It's always music that blocks you in countries because they don't want you listening to it on YouTube, like as a replacement for Spotify.
That's heinous.
Yeah,
that's
bullshit.
So gross.
Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
What were you about to say?
Someone said thoughts on the Ted Bundy trailer. If we want to talk about that. That was a question.
I'm not a big fan of these movies on like serial killers because that's what they want, I'm not interested.
I find it fascinating. I didn't watch the trailer.
You don't watch trailers, so never mind.
No, I'm excited for the movie, and plus it's had really good reviews as well, which was interesting. But like, it's also directed by the guy I think who just released the Ted Bundy tape.
Well,
thing on Netflix.
The Netflix shows. The Netflix doc is really, really good. So that gives me faith in the movie.
Okay. I haven't checked it out.
It's only like 3 episodes, but it's definitely good. It's entertaining and fascinating, the whole thing. Well put together.
Yeah, I think what was interesting was like so many people got on like a high horse about. So I did see like 10, 15 seconds of the trailer, and tonally it was this really upbeat and interesting thing. But I think people seem to totally miss the point of why they got Zac Efron to play Ted Bundy, why the film is like this almost Wall Street type approach, is the fact that it's and this is what I read in reviews, is that Ted Bundy was meant to be a guy who everyone couldn't believe had done this because he was so charming and likable, and the movie's doing exactly that. And then everyone's like, oh, you can't depict him as a charming and likable person. I'm like, that's what they're trying to get at.
That's what we I just more think
people are gonna bitch about everything. That's just
well, I'm just not really interested because again, even knowing that, acknowledging like that's why they do that, I understand that completely. I'm just more like, I think these serial killers want that, so I'm not going to give it to them.
No, see, what I like again, so that the extension of that is that they've said that from again stuff that I've read is that the movie is about like thematically, it's not about showing his story. The entire point of the movie is like you don't know the person next to you, no matter what. Like you don't know. One of us 3 could be a serial killer. Who knows?
That's definitely me if it's one of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost bets on the guy wearing a hood.
Wearing a hood right now.
But yeah, that's the point of the movie. Is it's supposed to be about the fact you don't know the person next to you. And I'm like, I like the fact that if you're gonna do a serial killer story, it can't just be about like a real life serial killer. You can't just make it about like look at what they've done. You've got to take an angle like that, or an angle like what Mindhunter has done, and make it really about understanding.
And Mindhunter succeeds because it's about the mind of the investigator, not of the criminals.
Yes, exactly. It's about the character. All right, so I reckon we should probably start wrapping it up for today.
Oh, sure.
Do we want to talk about what videos we've got coming up? What's everyone doing next?
I got an amazing Spider-Man video coming up that hopefully Sony doesn't copyright strike because I read some of the leaked fucking emails that got hacked. But yeah, that's what I got going on.
Did you do them in the robot voice? Did you do them with the text-to-speech thing?
No. I sent it to you, Bailey, and you said you'd watch it.
I watched it. It was funny.
Did you dig it?
I didn't. You sent it, and then I forgot. Can you send it to me again? And I'll watch it again.
I'll drop it again.
Shit. John, what are you doing next?
Thor Ragnarok is dropping this Monday. It's almost done, but I have to approve the sponsor. So again, my Marvel videos are sponsored.
A video on the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, competition.
Okay. Actually, it actually helps us out.
No, it'll definitely help.
Yeah, I'm also dropping a new video either Monday or Tuesday, and I'm not going to announce what it is yet because I don't want to. I've put a lot of stuff out there on Twitter, so if you guys want to start trying to piece together what it is, I'm not going to announce it until either the day before it drops or when it drops. But yes, I also have a big new video. It's like 25 minutes long, coming out on Tuesday.
I was about to spill what it was because, wait, I already know what it is, right? Because you guys closed doors. I forgot.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
You guys know, but yeah, I'm not announcing.
I also want to update. Again, I'll say this every stream until it happens. Black Panther's going to win Best Picture. It won the SAG Award. You can all thank me when it happens. I'm calling it now. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Do we want to put bets? I'm with you. It's Black Panther's going to win Best Picture
because it has the least going against it. Is why I'm like Roma should win, but it has a couple of caveats. That's gonna hold it back. Green Book could win, but it has a couple of caveats. Bohemian Rhapsody could win.
I'm going with Bohemian Rhapsody is gonna win just for the fucking world we live in right now. I'm going that's gonna win.
We riot. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna fucking riot.
I'll start a straight riot. As I said, I'm not even
actually
gonna watch
Black Klansman comments. Black Klansman could win. Because it could be the underdog. It could be the one that's no one's paying attention to, and it just sneaks through. It's
there's no real front runner, but I have a feeling that Black Panther could pull through on this one. I'd almost put my money on Black Panther right now. But yeah, alrighty. Is that it for today, fellas?
Yeah, we can bounce whenever. Yeah, nice chill cast, and this will be the last fucking time we do hangouts. I'm making that vow right now.
It's fine with 3 people, but with 6 people, it is obnoxious.
No, but I'm so sick of hangouts, guys. We're done with it. This is everyone say goodbye to hangouts.
Yeah, and we'll try to get either for the next cast, try to get the full team together. Y'all should spam Robbie and get him to come back to FilmHub.
I haven't talked to him in 3 months or something like that.
I know he's been a busy guy with his music videos and whatnot. But yeah, let's try to get Robbie back on and let's we'll try to get some other guests coming this year.
I miss his Venom impression.
yeah, we need more of that. But we'll try to get
we'll
try to get some more guests on this year. We've got a lot of other people in the YouTube. I was gonna say the UHub the YouTube film community that we'd love to have on here. So we'll see.
By the way, if you want a guest to come on, it's actually a little inappropriate if we spam them. So you guys have to spam them if you want a guest on.
Let's get Ralph the movie maker on here. That'd be fun.
Yeah, goals. Yep. All right, gang. So as always, my channels are Loverboy Media and Breaking Banter. You can check those out on YouTube, and you can follow me on Twitter at Loverboy Media. Yes.
High Top Films. Follow me, please. I need friends.
Films and Stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at jbird22 on Twitter. So.
Because Alex, you don't need any more followers, man. You got enough subs right now.
Yeah, everyone subscribe to Loverboy.
Leave some for the rest of us, eh?
All right, I'm gonna click stop now. Goodbye, everybody.
All right,
bye,
gang.
everyone.
Ciao.
See ya.